the trade uncovered. Week after week, News 6 investigator Mike Holfeld tells you about new scams out there and how people are trying to rip you off.
But there are ways to fight back and protect yourself and those you love. So Mike reveals the tricks scam artists use to find new victims and how they squeeze more money out of you.
We've all heard about scams that get us furious.
People work hard for their money and you just try to take it from them with no problem.
Fed up?
I would just say find some other business to get into and just leave innocent people alone.
But the reality? That's not happening. The number of complaints News 6 has been getting is on the rise. The financial effects? For many, devastating.
The woman lost $65,000 in the course of a week.
Toby Stanger is a senior editor at Consumer Reports magazine, and she's researched the tricks scammers use to target victims.
They'll suck them dry any way they can.
She says scammers collect names from obituaries. They also get their hands on mailing lists of people who've bought products targeted to senior citizens. Now, their first point of contact could be a letter asking for just your name, phone number, email. You may think it's harmless, but if you respond...
The scammer now has in their hands something that shows that someone is willing to respond to a suggestion.
Your name could now be on a list you really want to avoid.
These lists, they're called sucker lists. These are of people who have already responded, say, to a mailing or to a response, and they're sold among scammers. The names might be worth $6 each.
Remember that when you receive any unsolicited contact, if you respond in any way, even if it's a legitimate raffle or mailing list, your name could end up being sold to other criminals. Now, if you do fall for a scam, con artists will keep trying to squeeze more money out of you. Stanger cited a case where a woman lost $300,000.
And the person said, well, why don't you open up a credit card? Or, you could take a loan off of your life insurance, which she did.
So how do the scammers keep succeeding? Well, they convince victims to keep the whole situation a secret. That's a huge red flag, and sadly, very effective.
What happens is they're then in this little vortex, this little contained environment in which the scammer can tell them anything.
Possibly the saddest thing for those of you with seniors in your family, some elderly people fall victim just because they're lonely.
They are willing to talk with these scammers because actually the scammers are giving them companionship.
So listen, the best advice, be very careful about responding to any unsolicited requests for information. And make sure you're checking with the seniors in your life about any unusual calls or letters they receive. Make it part of checking in with them so you can spot any trouble before it's too late. Mike Holfeld, News 6.
Thank you, Mike. And he knows all too well scammers can be very difficult to catch because they often operate in other states or out of the country.
And that's why it's so important to protect yourself and stop them before they can trick you. We posted more tips on our website. Just head to facebook.com/news6 right now. You'll find the link right at the